Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is my third video on anatomy. Today we are going to discuss about palmar arches, which is definitely an important topic for the PGs, and it is also important for the university examinations because from last year itself they have started asking questions out of the 10 years papers, right? So you also have to know what is a palmar arch. There are two types of palmar arches. One is the superficial palmar arch, another one is the deep palmar arch. But before we start discussing them, we need to know what exactly a palmar arch is made up of. So palmar arch means we are discussing about an arterial arch. Now arterial arch means there are only two arteries in the forearm and in the hand, obviously. So what are the two arteries? We know on the medial side, the artery running on the medial side is the ulnar artery, and the artery running on the lateral side is the radial artery. So obviously these two arteries itself or their branches will form an arch, and that will be called as palmar arches. So it is clear to us. Now before we discuss the arches, we need to know what is the exact position or what is the course of these arteries, not in detail, just we need to keep some points in our mind. First, take the ulnar artery first. The ulnar artery, it runs on the medial side. We just need to know this, that this artery runs on the medial side of the forearm, and then it passes superficial to the flexor retinaculum. We know the band here, that is flexor retinaculum. So this medially running ulnar artery, it passes superficial to this flexor retinaculum, and then it comes to this hand. In the hand, it gives a branch that is a deep branch of ulnar artery, and that will participate in deep palmar arch. So one is the ulnar artery and its deep branch of ulnar artery, and deep branch means it will obviously participate in deep palmar arch. So on the medial side, just two things we have to remember. One is the ulnar artery, main ulnar artery, the main trunk of the ulnar artery, and its branch, the deep branch. The deep branch means it will participate in deep palmar arch. On the lateral side, we have the radial artery. Now, the path of the radial artery is a bit difficult. We have to think about that. See, this radial artery is coming along the lateral side. As the ulnar artery was passing superficial to this flexor retinaculum, it is not going to happen for the radial artery. So what will happen? Before it reaches the flexor retinaculum, somewhere here, this radial artery, it gives off a branch called as superficial branch of the radial artery. So before reaching the flexor retinaculum, it gives off a branch called as the superficial branch of the radial artery. That superficial branch, definitely it is superficial, so it is going to pass superficial to the flexor retinaculum, and thus it enters the hand. So that is about the superficial branch of radial artery. What happens to the main radial artery? For that we have to keep a close view here. This is the palmar aspect, and this is the anterior aspect of the forearm. This was the radial artery coming. What happens here? If I turn my hand like this, the radial artery somewhere here, and it goes like this and comes to this region. What is this region? This region is nothing but the anatomical snuff box. So this here is the anatomical snuff box. So the main radial artery, it is not going, it is not passing superficial or deep to the flexor retinaculum. Rather, it is coming, it is winding round, and it is coming to the anatomical snuff box. We need to remember that this is the only content of the anatomical snuff box, the radial artery. Okay, so this radial artery then comes to this anatomical snuff box. We can see here it comes to the anatomical snuff box, and after it comes to the anatomical snuff box, it passes between the two heads of the first dorsal interossei. If we see this here is the dorsal, if we see this here is the dorsal aspect, and the radial artery has come here. This is the anatomical snuff box, and the radial artery has reached here. Now here we have the bipinnate first dorsal interossei. So it will pass between the two heads of the first dorsal interossei near the first web space. This is the first web space. So between the two heads of the first dorsal interossei, it passes between them. And if I turn my hand like this, it should come out somewhere here only. Here it comes out, but between the two heads of another muscle called as adductor pollicis. So initially it was in the anatomical snuff box, then it passed between the two heads of the first dorsal interossei, which is a bipinnate muscle, and then it comes to the palmar surface. But before entering or before reaching the palmar surface, it passes between the two heads of another muscle that is adductor pollicis. So ultimately, after passing through the two heads of the adductor pollicis muscle, which is located something like in this manner, it reaches the palmar aspect, right? So the radial artery has also reached the palmar aspect, and then this radial artery will participate in this the deep palmar arch. So this is the course of the radial artery. Now whatever the course we have discussed about the radial artery, let us see that in the diagram. See, so in this diagram we can see that the radial artery is passing in the anatomical snuff box, and it is going between the two heads of the dorsal interossei. So this describes the path of the radial artery in the dorsal aspect. That's all. And then it comes to the palmar surface, and that diagram is not so much required though, but we can just consider that how it is reaching the part. So now, so this is about the courses of these arteries. Now we have to see what actually the arches are. So first we need to remember that the two arches are there. One is the deep palmar arch, another is the superficial palmar arch. So first go with the superficial palmar arch. The superficial palmar arch, as I have told, that superficial palmar arch is formed by two arteries. One is the ulnar artery, another one will be the superficial branch of radial artery. We can see, enough for that, we can see the diagram. In the diagram we can see that the ulnar artery is shown here. This ulnar artery is passing superficial to the green colored band. That green colored band here is the flexor retinaculum. So it is passing superficial to the flexor retinaculum, and it is forming an arch. It is highlighted in the yellow color. It is forming an arch, and the arch is completed on the another side by another artery, which is written here, superficial branch of radial artery. So this thing, just this thing we have to remember. What are the components of the palmar arch, superficial palmar arches? So ulnar artery and the superficial branch of radial artery. Now from the superficial palmar arch, we can see that four arteries are shown there. 1, 2, 3 and 4 are named. So in this 1, 2 and 3, these three are called common digital arteries. These three are called common digital arteries, and these three common digital arteries, they are further dividing into four proper digital arteries. We can see four proper digital arteries. And we can see that the first common digital artery, it is dividing into an artery that is supplying the medial side of the index finger, and it is also supplying the lateral side of the middle finger. The second one is supplying the medial side of the middle finger and also the lateral side of the ring finger. The third one is supplying the medial side of the ring finger, and the fourth one is supplying the medial side of the little finger. So if we understand this, well and good. If not, then we can just see this diagram, that these arteries are coming out like this, and they are supplying the digits in this particular manner. And we should also remember that the three wave spaces, second, third and fourth, these three wave spaces are also supplied by these three arteries. And the fourth artery, that is coming directly from the palmar arch, is the proper digital artery. So it is the only proper digital artery that is coming directly from the palmar arch, superficial palmar arch. And these are the branches coming out from the superficial palmar arch, and it is completed by the superficial branch of radial artery. So this is all we need to know about the superficial palmar arch. Let us have a look on the atlas image. In this atlas image, we can see that the arch is highlighted in yellow color. I guess you can appreciate this. On the medial side, the ulnar artery is coming, and this ulnar artery is forming a loop, that is an arch, and it is completed by superficial branch of radial artery, that is also shown here. And from that arch, we can appreciate that three common digital arteries are coming out. They are marked as 1, 2 and 3. And the fourth one is coming directly from the arch, and it is supplying the medial side of the little finger. So these are the four branches or the four arteries that are coming from the superficial palmar arch. So this is the atlas diagram. So this is all about we need to know about the superficial palmar arch. Now let us go towards the deep palmar arch. As we have discussed about the course of the radial artery, let us have a look at this deep palmar arch. So we can see that the radial artery, it is shown here that it is not passing anywhere near the flexor retinaculum. Rather, it is going towards the dorsal aspect. It is the path of the radial artery, the dorsal aspect is shown in dotted form, and then it comes out between the two heads of the adductor pollicis muscle into the palmar aspect, and that is and then it is forming an arch which is highlighted in blue color. So we can see that the radial artery, so in the deep palmar arch we can see that the radial artery is going towards the anatomical snuff box on the dorsal aspect, and it is passing between the two heads of dorsal interossei, and then it comes to the palmar aspect between the two heads of adductor pollicis muscle. But and that part is shown in dotted part here, and then it comes to the palmar surface. As soon as it comes to the palmar surface, the artery is forming the arch, and the arch is shown here in blue color, in blue highlighter it is shown, and this arch is completed by another branch of the ulnar artery called as the deep branch of ulnar artery, that is also shown here. So this is about the deep palmar arch, which is formed by the radial artery itself and the deep branch of ulnar artery highlighted in blue color. One thing we should remember, that from this deep palmar arch also an artery comes out, that is called as princeps pollicis artery. Princeps pollicis artery gives off two proper digital branches at the thumb. It also gives off another branch called as the radialis indicis artery. Indicis means the index finger. So this radialis indicis artery, it supplies the lateral side of the index finger, and the both medial and lateral sides of the thumb or the pollex, they are supplied with princeps pollicis artery. So these are the two arteries which are coming out from the deep palmar arch, and this is the atlas image of the deep palmar arch. A bit difficult to appreciate, but still we can try. The deep palmar arch is highlighted in blue color, we can see, and from the deep palmar arch itself we can see that the artery which is marked number 1 is the radialis indicis artery, and the 2 is the princeps pollicis artery. So these are the two branches coming out from the deep palmar arch, and if we join both superficial and deep palmar arch in one diagram, it looks like this. The blue highlighter is the deep palmar arch, and the yellow highlighter is the superficial palmar arch. The superficial palmar arch, as I have discussed, it is formed by ulnar artery, and it is completed by a superficial branch of the radial artery, and the deep palmar arch is formed by the radial artery itself and a deep branch of the ulnar artery. And the 4 branches coming out from the superficial palmar arch, the 3 common digital arteries, 1 proper digital artery, and the 2 branches coming out from the deep palmar arch, one is the radialis indicis artery, another one is the princeps pollicis artery. So this is all about the palmar arches. I hope you have understood the topic. For further videos, do subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching.